Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing to take a look at the Alternative Future of the World Season 3 Part 2. In the last part we saw a new alliance form over here. I don't remember what I called it and I don't really want to know. We saw the Ottoman Empire, Iran and Italy all form together into one alliance. Switzerland was divided up. Brazil invaded Guyana and Suriname, and hang on. And also Australia had a civil war and broke apart. In today's video, we're going to continue to look at the future of the world. And I think we're going to obviously begin in Asia. This continent is very united, and honestly, it doesn't feel right to see how united it is compared to real life. There's no Central Asia, except from Russia. The Caucasian... The Caucasus is all under one union. Russian Empire's massive. And we saw... Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that. But there is one country here that is beginning to struggle economically and all that stuff. It's the Qing Dynasty. The Qing Dynasty is now struggling to keep together. In this universe, they have had civil wars and lost land, because obviously the Qing Dynasty own land over here in Russia. So they own land over here. They own land over here. I think they own land in Tenatuva, which was right here. But now they're gonna explode back into another civil war. Let me just quickly do the size a minute. Right, so anyway, the size we have is Xinjiang, Tibet, Mongolia, and Manchuria. Now, I think I need to point this out before anybody comes at me. In this world, the Qing Dynasty had been struggling for a while. Everyone kind of saw this coming. Yes, even the British Raj saw this coming. So, the world saw this coming from a mile away. This collapse was bound to happen. Has China collapsed in every single Alternative Future of the World series? I think they have. Oh, well, too bad. First off, I think Manchuria is definitely strongest here. So they're going to begin to expand out to try and capture Beijing, which they attempt to encircle, but that completely fails. Mongolia is going to... Oh, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? Mongolia will begin to push out to get towards Manchuria. And Mongolia is not the strongest, but they do get to Manchuria. And Manchuria just allows them to have the rest of that land. I think it's obvious actually to point out the Mongol Empire did exist. It's just I didn't want to include them in this, because I think we know how that would end up. It would kind of just be the Mongol Empire taking over the world. Mongolia begins to actually do pretty well as Manchuria is beginning to send supplies into their country, but it's a bit late as Qing is beginning to fight back. And when I mean fight back, I mean fight back. The attempt to push back Manchuria is a little bit harder just because they're getting supplied by countries like Russia and Japan. But sadly for Manchuria, sadly for Qing Dynasty, that's not really it for the rebellion sides. Qing in this universe is not communist at all, but we see a communist rebellion come out in the south of Qing Dynasty. What's going to happen with Taiwan? They kind of just leave. They break away from China. Which I think is safe to call this China now. And with all this happening, the Qing Dynasty is just gonna fall. So yeah, this communist rebellion is definitely gonna pick up the most amount of land. I'm not gonna show all the countries like taking over the land, so let me just show you what it looks like. So this is how China ended up in the end being divided. There was some fighting back to Manchuria and the communist side, but they kind of sorted that out. It's kind of just over who gets Beijing. Mongolia is now bigger than ever, so let's take a look how they're going to divide up Qing Dynasty. So this is what the borders ended up like. And on the map, I think it's having a seizure. It is a complete mess. I don't know what happened with all the colours. But then in the end, yeah, there's a lot of new countries, isn't there? We have Xinjiang and Tibet being released with the borders having to be a bit, like, fixed up. Mongolia's back with a bit of an extra land. Manchuria's back with extra land, and the rest, the communist side, was released into its own country. Now, what's going on with the middle bit? Nobody knows what to do with it. Right now, it's said to be the remains of the Qing Dynasty, but literally nobody wants it. The only two people that even would think about wanting it is Mongolia or the communist side. What should I even call the communist side? Just China? I guess China's the fine name. But, like, seriously, what are we going to do with this? Because nobody wants it. Manchuria doesn't want it because it's got nothing in value. Mongolia doesn't want it because it's got nothing in value. Well, Mongolia kind of wants it. But if they take it, then that could cause tensions between them and the communist side. So yeah, we'll figure out what's going to happen with that, I guess, in the next episode. Anyway, now that the Russian Empire has seen that collapse, the Russian Empire is kind of free to do whatever it wants, really. Like, they don't border any big powers other than the German Empire and Ottoman Empire. Like, even if those two went to war against the Russian Empire, I don't think they'd beat the Russian Empire. So Russia, in all happy and joy, is gonna decide to go to war. Yes, they did this in the last episode, they're doing it again. As happy as can be, they take out the happiness on Sweden. Yeah, I don't know if you would exactly take out your happiness on somebody. That doesn't even sound right. The Russian Navy will make a landing in Stockholm and take the city immediately. And the invasion just begins to ramp up. We now see another battalion of troops moving from Finland in the Arctic. These guys are trained for the Arctic. They're just kind of up here to scavenging out any troops that may be trying to get, trying to escape into Norway. Or Denmark, I guess. They decide to stop going into the Arctic and begin to go down the coast, which they find a lot of Navy bases, which they invade and just blow up. We eventually see them linked down with the other army group, cutting off Sweden from the access of the Gulf of Finland, I think. Or is that the Gulf of Finland? I don't know, I don't really care enough. We see them do a little curve around and capture Malmo, and at this point Sweden really does not have anything left. So Sweden will keep fighting until the government just surrenders. I don't even know if the government would surrender. So take a look at suspicious. Anyway, Russian Empire fully annexes Sweden, and right after this war, Norway feels completely threatened. They didn't feel threatened, but now they do. So what they're going to do? They join... What do I call this alliance? I just don't know what to call this alliance. I feel like I've exhausted all the names I can really name it. The League of Nations. That sounds better, I guess. It's kind of getting iconic at this point, so I think I may as well do it. But, yeah. Anyway, back to South America. The Inca Empire is gonna finish off one of its targets that's nearly dead. The Inca Empire will go to war with Chile, and do I even need to show this war? Well, I guess to be fair, I don't even know if Chile would have an army to fight back against the Inca Empire. Anyway, let's talk about France and the UK. They haven't done anything this series yet. That's because they really don't want to. They don't want to expand at all. We do see Benelux unite, just in case of Germany. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. Again, a short one, but I promise the next episode of this series will be massive. Anyway, I'll see you then. Bye.